everybody. Welcome to episode 22 of the Famous Pipe Smoker Friday Show. Woohoo! 22 episodes. Getting right up there. Anyways, on today's episode, we remember Hollywood legend, Mr. Yul Brynner. Exotic leading man of American films, famed as much for his completely bald dome head as for his performances, Yul Brynner masked much of his life in mystery and outright lies designed to tease people he considered gullible. It was not until the publication of the books Yul, The Man Who Would Be King, and Empire and Odyssey by his son, Yul Brynner, that many of the details of Brynner's life became clear. Yul sometimes claimed to be half Swiss, half Japanese, named Tadji Khan, born on the island of Sakhalin. In reality, he was the son of, and hopefully I will pronounce this correctly, although I'm pretty sure I'm going to butcher them. He was the son of Marusia Dmitrievna Blagovidova, the Russian daughter of a doctor, and Boris Yulyevich Brynner, an engineer and inventor of Swiss, German, and Russian descent. He was born in the hometown of Vladivostok on 11 July 1920. For us gringos, that would be July 11th, 1920. And name Yuli. I will spell it right there. After his grandfather, Yul Brynner. When Yuli's father abandoned the family, his mother took him and his sister Vera to Harbin, Manchuria, where they attended a school run by the YMCA. In 1934, Yuli's mother took her children to Paris. Her son was sent to the exclusive, again, I might mispronounce this, so I'll put it right there, the Lycée Monchel, but his attendance was spotty. He dropped out and became a musician, playing guitar in the nightclubs among the Russian gypsies who gave him his first real sense of family. He met luminaires such as Jean Cocteau and became an apprentice at the theater The Mathurins. Again, I'll spell it right there. He worked as a trapeze artist with the famed Cirque the Hiver, spell right there, company. In 1940, speaking little English, he and his mother immigrated to the United States aboard the President Cleveland, arriving in New York City on October 25th, 1940, where his sister already lived. Vera, a singer, starred in the Consul on Broadway in 1950 and appeared on television in the title role of Carmen. She later taught voice in New York. In 1941, Yul studied with acting teacher Michael Chekhov and toured the country with Chekhov's theatrical troupe. That same year, he debuted in New York as Fabian in William Shakespeare's 12th Night. He was billed as Yul spelled like this, Brynner. After working in a very early TV series, Mr. Jones and His Neighbors, in 1944, he played on Broadway in Lute Song with Mary Martin, winning awards and mild acclaim. Brynner and his wife, actress Virginia Gilmore, star in the first TV talk show, Mr. and Mrs., which was out in 1948. Brynner then joined CBS as a television director. He made his film debut in Port of New York in 1949. 2 years later, Mary Martin recommended him for the part he would be forever known for, King Mongkut of Siam, in Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical, The King and I. Brynner became an immediate sensation in the role and won 2 Tony Awards. He reprised the role for the film version in 1956 and won the Oscar for Best Actor. For the next 2 decades, he maintained a starring film career despite the exotic nature of his persona, performing in a wide range of roles, from Egyptian pharaohs like Ramses II in the Cecil B. DeMille epic, The Ten Commandments, in 1956, to Western gunfighters like the gunman Chris Adams in The Magnificent Seven, one of my favorite westerns of all time, by the way. And even in science fiction, when he played the android known as the Gunslinger in Westworld in 1973. Almost all these roles he played with the same shaved head and indefinable accent. I wish mine was undefinable. In the 1970s, Brynner returned to the role that had made him a star and spent most of the rest of his life touring the world in The King and I. When Brynner developed lung cancer in the mid-1980s, he left a powerful public service announcement denouncing smoking as the cause. And that was to be broadcast after his death. The cancer and its complication, and after a long illness, ended his life. Yul Brynner was cremated and his ashes buried in a remote part of France on the grounds of the Abbey of Saint Michel de Aubry, a short distance outside the village of Luzet. Again, spelled right there. Yul Brynner remains one of the most fascinating, unusual, and beloved stars of all time. And that's it. That's all I have for this episode. My thanks again to IMDb and a little bit to Wikipedia for this bio. I want to thank you guys watching. Hey, are you a fan of Yul Brynner? Do you think The Magnificent Seven is the greatest Western of all time? Did you fall in love with Siam in The King and I? Hey, put it all in the comments, man. Let's have a conversation about this. And I just want to remind you all that if you know of any other famous pipe smokers that you would like me to feature here in this show, please let me know. Put it either in the comments, or you can send me a direct message or hit me up on Twitter and Instagram. And if you like this episode, please hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel and click that little bell so that you're notified when the next episode of the Famous Pipe Smoker Show is up, or even my movie reviews or any of my other videos. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the El Magnifico. And until next time, may God bless you all. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Ciao.